Good afternoon, dear students. Are fine? Okay. Have you done your homework? Any doubt from that section? What we discussed in the previous section or previous class? We are discussing about exercise 1.4. Is it? Yes. That is page number is 26. Okay. Today are happy. Have you? Okay. Can we start our lesson? Okay. We are starting with the question number 3. That is, what is our question number 3? 3 means the question is there is some blanks. We want to fill that. Is it? Can you see? Yes. First, A part is what is A part? A part is 369 divided by something. We didn't know, or there is a blank. We get 369. The first question is we want to fill in the blanks. That is, here is 369, and when we divide something, we get the same answer. What is the answer? What is the answer? Anyone can say? That is, what is the answer? Answer is 1. Answer is 1. That is, when we divide 369 by 1 or 369 divided by 1, we get the answer as 369. 369. Is it? Yes. And what is the next question? Next question is negative 75 divided by something. We get the answer as negative 1. We get the answer as negative 1. Is it? Yes. We want to find what is the integer. That is, what is the answer? What is the answer? When we divide negative 75 divided by something, we get the answer is negative 1. Then we already know when a negative integer is divided by a positive integer, we get the answer as negative integer. So here is what? So here is answer is 75. When we divide negative 75 divided by 75, we get the answer is negative 1. Is it right? Is it right? Any doubt? Okay, can you follow? And next one is what? Negative 206 divided by something. We get answer is 1. We get answer is 1. That is, when we divide 206, negative 206 by a number, we get the answer is 1, positive 1 or plus 1. Is it? Yes. In previous class, we know that when we divide in two negative digits, then we get answer as positive. Is it? Then what is the answer? Here is negative 206. Answer is negative 206. Third one is answer is negative 206. And next question is, what is the next question? Next question is negative 87 divided by dash equal to what? We get the answer is 87. We get the answer is 87. What is the answer then? What is the answer? Anyone can say? That is here which integer is come, or what is the correct answer? That is here is negative 1. When we divide or when we negative 87 by negative 1, we get 87. We get answer as 87. And next question is what? E part is something divided by 48 equal to negative 1. Equal to negative 1. That is, what is the answer? Here we must, here is what? Here is must negative 48. Negative 48 divided by 48, we get the answer is negative 1. We get the answer is negative 1. And G and H are for your homework. Please write your homework in your notebook and find the solution accurately. Okay. And next one is, fourth question is what? Write a pair of integers a comma b such that ab divided by negative 3. One such pair is 6 and negative 2, because 6 divided by negative 2 equal to what we get? Negative 3. I repeat question. Write a 5 pairs of integers. Write 5 pairs of integers ab such that a divided by b equal to negative 3. One such pair is negative 6 and negative 2, because 6 divided by negative 2 is equal to negative 3. Okay, we want to find pairs of AB. That is our next question. Question number is 4. We want to write a pairs of AB. There is also a condition: a divided by b equal to negative 3. A divided by b equal to negative 3. And for example, 6 divided negative 2 equal to 10. We want to write 5 pairs. Can we start? Okay, that is, we can write a as 9 and b as negative 3. A as 9, b as negative 3. Because 9 divided by negative 3, we get answer as negative 3. Is it? Yes. And next one is 15. A as 15 and b as negative 5. That is, we can write what we can write? We can write 15 divided by negative 5, we get negative 3. We get negative 3. And next one is negative 3rd and 4. Because why? Negative 3rd divided 4, we get negative 3. And following like this as you like. Only the condition is when we divide a by b, we get negative 3. We want to get negative 3. So here is told. You can also take negative 18 6. Negative 18 6. We get negative 18 divided by 6. We get negative. We get negative. Is it? We get negative 3. And what is next? Next what is? We can also take, here is 1 2 3 4. We want to one more. Okay, one more pair. Told negative 4, because here is a is negative told, here a is told. That is, we can write. Told divided by negative 4 equal to negative 3. These are the pairs. These are the pairs. That is, what is the pairs? That is 9 minus 3, 15, negative 5, negative 12, 4, and negative 18, 6. And here is 12, negative 4. 12, negative 4. This is the solution for question number 4. And next question is, what is fifth question is what? The temperature at 12 noon was 10 degrees Celsius and above 0. If it is decreased at the rate of 2 degrees Celsius per hour until midnight, at what time would the temperature be 8 degrees below 0? What would be the temperature at the midnight? I repeat question. The temperature at 12 noon was 10 degrees Celsius above 0. And if it decreases at the rate of 2 degrees Celsius per hour until midnight, at what time would the temperature be 8 degrees Celsius decrease below 0? What would be the temperature at midnight? We want to find the midnight temperature. Is it? Yes. What is the midnight temperature? That is, in 12 noon, the room temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. Per hour, it decreases 2 degrees Celsius per hour. That is, midnight is also 12. We can represent that as 12 p.m. and 12 a.m. Is it? Midnight time is 12 a.m. We want to find the midnight time at current room temperature. Per hour, 2 degrees decreasing. So we put negative sign. When we going up, then we put positive sign, and when we going down, we put negative sign. Is it? At 1 p.m., what is the temperature? That is 10 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. Is it? Is it? That is, we get 8 degrees Celsius. And at 2 p.m., what is the temperature? That is 1 p.m. 8 degrees Celsius. Is it? Is it? Yes. That is 8 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. That is, we get what? We get 6 degrees Celsius. Is it? And 3 p.m. we get 6 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. That is, we get 4 degrees Celsius. This is representing as degrees Celsius. That is unit of temperature. That is 4 p.m. 4 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. That is 2 degrees Celsius. Is it? Yes. And next 5 p.m. we get 2 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. We get 0 degrees Celsius. We get 0 degrees Celsius. And 6 p.m. we get 0 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. That is negative 2 degrees Celsius. And next one is 7 p.m. we get negative 2 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. We get negative 4 degrees Celsius. Is it? And continuing like this, we want to find at the room temperature. Is it? Yes. That is 8 p.m. we get negative 4 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. We get what we get? What is the answer? Negative 4 degree plus negative 2 degree. We are already studied the addition of negative digits. Is it? That is negative 6 degree. And 9 p.m. what we get? 9 p.m. what we get? That is negative 6 degree plus negative 2 degree. We get negative 8 degrees Celsius. Is it? Yes. And 10 p.m. we get what? 10 p.m. 8 degree, negative 8 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. What? We get negative 10 degrees Celsius. And 11 p.m. what we get? Negative 10 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. Answer is negative 12 degrees Celsius. Is it? Yes. And at last 12 a.m. that is we change its time is midnight. A.m. and p.m. We have a.m. and p.m. that is 12 a.m. we get negative 12 degrees Celsius plus what? Negative 2 degrees Celsius. We get negative 14 degrees Celsius. Is it? Is it? That is, what is the answer? What is the answer? Answer is negative 14 degrees Celsius. That is at 12 p.m. or at 12 noon, temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. After going an hour, the temperature is decreasing by 2 degrees Celsius. That is, we get 1 p.m. at 1 p.m. That is, we want to take the sum of, is it? That is 10 degrees Celsius plus negative 2 degrees Celsius. Because here I put negative, because it is temperature is decreasing. So 2 is representing is negative 2 degree. Is it? Yes. That is answer is 8 degrees Celsius. And 2 p.m. is we get 6 degrees Celsius, and 3 p.m. is we get 4 degrees Celsius, and 4 p.m. is we get 2 degrees Celsius, and next what we get? What we get? What we get? 5 p.m. is 9 degree, 0 degrees Celsius, and 6 p.m. is 2 degrees Celsius, negative 2 degrees Celsius, and 7 p.m. is negative 4 degrees Celsius, and 8 p.m. is negative 6 degrees Celsius, 9 p.m. is we get negative 8 degrees Celsius, and 10, and also we get the last the answer. Our first question is, what is it? 8 degree below the 0 degrees Celsius which time? The time is 9 p.m. First answer of our question is 9 p.m. And second answer of question is negative 14 degrees Celsius. Negative 14 degrees Celsius. This is a one-way method to find, and another method is, we know that the difference of midnight 12 o'clock and noon 12 o'clock, that is the difference is 12 hours. Is it? Is it? Yes. When we add 12 hours from noon to midnight, there is 12 hours occupied. That is, total difference is 12 into 2, negative 2, that is we get negative 24, negative 24 degree Celsius, negative 24 degree Celsius. And next, then we can write what? this is a one method, and another method is we know that the difference of midnight and noon, that is there is 12 hours, so the room temperature is must be per hour 2 degrees decreasing. After 12 hours must be 24 degree is decreasing. That is we get current temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, that is 10 degrees Celsius plus negative 24 degrees Celsius, that is we get negative 40 degrees Celsius. Negative 14 degrees Celsius. This is the answer and this is the solution for question number 5. Is it? This is the solution for question number 5. This is the simple method, simple way, and this is the solution. Okay, this is the solution. We can also find the below the 8 degrees Celsius. Is it 0 below the 8 degrees Celsius? That is, we can find 10 minus 8 degrees Celsius. Is it? We get, that is 18 degrees Celsius. Then we can find, when we dividing by 2 degrees Celsius, when we divide 2 degrees Celsius, then we get the answer 9. That is, the total degrees Celsius is, then there is current degrees Celsius is 18 degrees Celsius divided by 2, we get 9 hours. That is 9 p.m. That is it. Another answer. That is, here is, we get 9 p.m. Is it? That is, here we also get the 9 p.m. First question answer. We can also, or another way to find 10 degree minus 8 degree. That is, then we get 18 degrees Celsius. Per hour, 2 degrees is decreasing. So 18 degree by 2 degree, we get 9 hours. Per hour, 2 degrees decreasing. That is, now current temperature is 18 degrees Celsius. So 18 degrees Celsius divided by 2 degrees, we get 9. That is 9 hours. That is already we get that answer. This is another way or method. Okay, this is the solution for question number 5, and we are going to discuss about question number 7. The question number 6 is for your homework. Please write your homework in your notebook and finish the work and find the solution. Any doubt, please contact me. Okay, 7th question is, what is the 7th question? An elevator descends into a mine shaft at the rate of 6 meter per minute. If the descent starts from the 10 meter above the ground level, how long will it take to reach negative 350 meters? Negative 350 meters. That is, what is the question? I repeat, an elevator descends into a mine shaft at the rate of 6 meter per minute. If the descent starts from 10 meter above the ground level, how long will it take to reach negative 350 meters? Okay, just we can start. That is, the shaft is starting from 10 meter upward from ground level. This is our ground, and 10 meter is upward from ground level. That is actually where is starting? Actually, where is starting? Actually, where is starting? That is, actually the shaft is starting from negative 350. Because we want to find what is we want to find how long will it take to reach negative 350. So actually we want to find negative 350 plus 10 plus 10. That is actually here is descending. That is because the elevator is descending, so mining. So we put negative sign. That is going to down. That is so we put negative. That is elevator is starting from 10 meters upward from down the level. So we can take like this negative 350 plus negative 10. Negative 350 plus negative 10. So actually we want to find negative 360. That is in from question or according to question there is the shaft is 6 meters per minute. So we want to find how long, that is negative 360 by 6. We get what we get answer is negative 60. Negative 60. That is negative 360 by 6. That is 6 is meter per minute. This is elevating. So what is the how long take the time? 60 minutes. That is negative sign is indicate descent. Here the negative sign is indicate descending. So elevator is descending to mine. So negative is representing or indicating the mining process. So actually how long? That is 60 minutes. This is the solution for question number 7. That is 60 minutes means what? 1 hour. 60 minutes means 1 hour. 1 hour. So our first chapter is finished. That is in this chapter what we discussing. That is we discussing about the integers. First we discuss the integers closure property. Is it? That is integers closure property means when we add two integers we get a integer. So the closure property is satisfied. When we subtract we get a integer. So it is also satisfied. And when we multiply, when we multiply two integers, then we get also a integer. That is multiplication is satisfied. Closure property is satisfied. Sometimes when we divide it, then there is sometimes we didn't get a integer. Sometimes we get rational numbers. So division is not possible. And integers are commutative. Second we studied commutative property. Is it? First we studied closure property. Second we studied commutative property. That is commutative property means a plus b equal to b plus a. Is it? That is when we add two integers, when we change the position of integers, then we get the same answer. In this abstraction, the commutative property is not satisfied because when we change the position of numbers or integers, then we didn't get the same answer. In multiplication, we get same answer. So a into b equal to b into a. A into b equal to b into a. Is it? And in division, the commutative property of in division integers is not satisfied. When we divide 4 by 2, 4 divided by 2, we get answer 2. But 2 divided by 4, we get 1 by 2. These are not equal. These are not equal. Next, we studied associative property. Associative property, what is the associative property? A plus b plus c equal to a plus b plus c. A plus b plus A plus B plus C equal to A plus B plus C. Is it? And subtraction is not satisfied. In multiplication, associative property is satisfied. In division, there is also not satisfied. And then we studied the addition identity. Addition identity is 0. Addition identity is 0. And we also studied A into 0 equal to 0 and some many. In this chapter, we are studying the properties of integers. Okay, any doubt? Okay, next we are going to discuss about our second chapter. Are happy? Can we start our second chapter? What is the name of our second chapter? Fractions and decimals. Fractions and decimals. Okay, can we start? Okay. What do you mean by fraction? What do you mean by fraction? Fraction means we can write numbers in p by q form. That is q not equal to 0. Q not equal to 0. That is second chapter, fractions and decimals. Fractions and decimals is our second chapter. That is, what do you mean by fraction? Fraction means we can write numbers in the p by q form, q not equal to 0, and here we can write 3 by 7, 5 by 7, 9 by 8, 6 by 5, etc. How many? We can write many infinite type or infinite fractions. In fraction, we have 3 types of fraction is occupied. According to fraction, there are 3 types of fractions. First one is proper fraction and second one is improper fraction. First one is proper fraction and second one is improper fraction and third one is mixed fraction. Third one is mixed fraction. And what do you mean by proper fraction? This is a proper fraction and this is also a proper fraction. This is not a proper fraction. This is not a proper fraction. This is also a proper fraction. Not a proper fraction. What is the difference? Can you tell? Any doubt? Any idea? This is a proper fraction and this is also a proper fraction. These are not proper fraction. Anyone can say? But what is it? That is here in fraction p is called the numerator and q is called the denominator. P is called numerator and q is called denominator. Here 3 is numerator and 7 is denominator. And here 5 is numerator and 7 is denominator. So here when we compare numerator and denominator, what we get? We get here numerator is what? According to denominator. That is in proper fraction the denominator is big. In proper fraction the denominator is big. What I say? That is in proper fraction denominator is big according to numerator. Okay. Any doubt? That is proper fraction is a whole and numerator is small and the denominator is big. Okay. Any doubt? Then tell me what is the improper fraction? Improper fraction. Anyone can say what is the improper fraction? Improper fraction means the numerator is big and denominator is small. We can see here 9 is big and 8 is small, and here also numerator 6 is big and 5 is small. Is it? Is it? Yes. That is two types of fractions: proper fraction, improper fraction, and next one is, what is the next one? Next one is mixed fraction. For example, 3 and 1 by 4. Here we read 3 and 1 by 4. That is, 3 means quotient. 3 means quotient, and 4 is divisor, and 1 is remainder. 3 is quotient, 1 is remainder, and 4 is divisor. That is, mixed fraction means the combination of proper fraction, whole number and proper fraction. That is, we can write this is 3 into 4 plus 1 whole divided by 4. That is, we get 13 by 4. This is an improper fraction. That is, mixed fraction we can write by a improper fraction. When we get a improper fraction, we can write a mixed fraction. From there, we can write a mixed fraction. That is, here when we divide 13 by 4, we get 3 into 4 12. That is, here I write 3 and 1 by 4. 3 and 1 by 4. That is, 3 is quotient, and 4 is divisor, and 1 is remainder. Is it? That is, these types of fractions are called mixed fraction. That is, mixed fraction means the other way of or expression of improper fraction. That is, 3 types of fractions are according or included. That is, proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. Is it? Can you clear? Okay. Can we start with fractions? That is, we want to find. We start with example 1. That is, we want to find or write 5 equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. Write 5 equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. That is what we can write. That is, we want to find or write 5 equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. That is, for answer we multiply by an integer in numerator and denominator, then we get the answer. That is, when I take 2 in, that is, this is equal to 3 into 2 by 5 into 2. That is, 3 into 2 means 6 and 5 into 2 means 10. That is 6 by 10. 6 by 10. As you like, you can take any number. But one condition, when we multiply a number in numerator, then you must multiply that same number in denominator. I multiplied 2 in numerator, then also multiplied in denominator. Please didn't do like this. 3 into 2 and 5 into 3. This is not equal. This is wrong. So when we take a integer or number, then we take the same number or same process in numerator and denominator. We follow the same process in numerator and denominator. You must follow like that. Is next one is, we can another equation is 3 into 3. As you like, 4, 5. As you like, you can take any number. That is, I take 3. So 3 into 3 and 5 into 3. What we get? Answer is 9 by 50. 9 by 50. And as you like, 3 into 6. I take 6. And denominator is 5. So same process is following. That is 5 into 6. We get 18 by 3 into 6, 18. 18 by 30. We want to write 5 equivalent fractions. So next is 3 into 10 by 5 into 10. We can write 30 by 50. As you like, you can take 3 into 100 by 5 into 100. 300 by 500. That is 6 by 10, 9 by 15, 18 by 13, and 30 by 15, and 300 by 500. These are equivalent to 3 by 5. These are equivalent to 3 by 5. That is 6 by 10, 9 by 15, 18 by 13, 30 by 15, and at last and 300 by 500 is equivalent to 3 by 5. Is it? Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. This is the solution for example 1. As you like, you can take any number, but you must follow same process in numerator and denominator. And we are going to discuss about the example 2. That is, what is the example 2? Ramesh solved 2 by 7 part of an exercise while Seema solved 4 by 5. That is 4 by 5 of it. Who solved lesser part? Who solved lesser part? We want to find who solved the lesser part. That is, Ramesh solved part is what? That is example 2. What is Ramesh solved? Ramesh solved what? Ramesh solved 2 by 7. And next, Seema solved 4 by 5. 4 by 5. And we want to find who solved lesser. In like this fraction, we did it to find, or we did it. This is a complicated way. Is it? Which one is lesser? We didn't, because we can find, but it is a complication. So next, first we come to denominator as same. We change the denominator as same. So what we get? We get 7 into 5. 7 into 5. That is, we take the LCM. LCM means least common multiple. Here is 1. So 1 into 7 into 5, we get 35. LCM is 35. LCM is 35. Is it? So we can find 7 into 5. Then we can change the denominator into LCM. We can change the denominator or convert the denominator into LCM. So here is 7. So we want to convert 7 into 35. So 7 into 5 we get 35. So the same process is following on numerator. Same process is following on numerator. And here is we can convert 5 in 35 or LCM, that is 5 into 7, we get what we get? We get 35. So same process is followed. That is, here we get 10 by 35 and here is 35 by 20. 35 by 20. Which one is lesser? Here is the denominator is same. So which one is lesser? Lesser is 10 by 35. That is, which person is lesser solved? That is, answer is Ramesh. That is, 10 by 35 is equal to 2 by 7 and 2 by 7 is representing Ramesh. Is it? Okay, yes, Ramesh. That is, we can write 2 by 7 less than 4 by 5. So who person is lesser solved, Ramesh is lesser solved. This is the solution for example 2. And let's conclude our class. I wish you a good day. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you.